Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another daily devotion. I'm Pastor Roy here at Woodlawn Christian Church in Lake City, Iowa, and we do these devotions Monday through Friday of every week. So if you do enjoy this video, like and subscribe. We'd love to have you back again. We're currently working our way through the Gospel of Matthew, and this video is put together, I should say, first for Friday, June 17th of 2022. But we're working through Matthew. We've made it to the 18th chapter. We're about halfway through. We're going to look today at verses 15 to 22. And we've been talking about the young ones, if you're leading the young ones astray, and how dangerous it is for young believers and children. Those are the last 2 days. We talked about that. Not going to reiterate that. Jesus is talking here now about if a brother or sister sins against you and what you are to do and the importance of forgiveness. So let's look at verses 15 to 22, all right? And I will mention that oftentimes when people look at this, they stop at verse 20 and they miss those last two verses, which are kind of important to the context of 15 to 20. So let's take a look. If your brother or sister sins against you, go and point out the fault when the two of you are alone. If you are listened to, you have regained that one. But if you are not listened to, take one or two others along with you, so that every word may be confirmed by the evidence of 2 or 3 witnesses. If that person refuses to listen to them, tell it to the church, and if the offender refuses to listen even to the church, let such a one be to you as a Gentile and a tax collector. Truly I tell you, whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Again, truly I tell you, if 2 of you agree on earth about anything you ask, it will be done for you by my Father in heaven. For where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am there among you. Then Peter came and said to him, Lord, if my brother or sister sins against me, how often should I forgive? As many as 7 times? Jesus said to him, not 7 times, but I tell you, 77 times. Okay, and that 77 times is not a hard and fast number. That means you just keep forgiving. You don't stop. Okay, the point here is often this is used as a reason to shun people or to do, disassociate from people that for whatever reason or another you think have done something wrong or have wronged you or have fallen from the official church doctrine or something along those lines. And that's really not what's going on here. Jesus is giving you rather a stair-step way, a pathway to reconciliation. Never ever forget that Jesus is all about reconciliation. Why else did he come into the world? If he didn't want the world reconciled to him, why would he have come? Why would he have gone through all of that he endured on the cross? Why would he have gone through the resurrection? He wouldn't have gone through any of that, folks, if his goal wasn't reconciliation, to reunite, to reconcile, let's just stay with reconcile, the world to himself and to each other. Now here, where it's going through and it gives you this stair-step way, you go to the brother or sister and you talk to them about your problems, rather than going to someone else, and we all do that, and we're all guilty of that. Another place where that fat finger gets pointed at all of us, and myself as well. We tend to want to run and complain to somebody else rather than going to the person we have the issue with. That's not scriptural model. We're supposed to go to the person we have the problem with and tell them, hey, you've wronged me, or I feel you've wronged me. Sometimes we think we're wronged when we weren't. Okay, let's get real. Get over yourself. Ego. All right. And if they won't listen to that, then you bring someone else and you have a mediator or moderator there to try to work it out. And you try to work within, because you're trying to restore that person. You're not trying to break that person away. And where it says here, if they don't listen, then you're going to treat them like a Gentile or a tax collector. Well, that sounds like, for a lot of folks, that sounds like you're going to isolate them. You're going to divide from them. But Jesus ate with tax collectors. Guess who wrote this gospel? If we take the traditional authorship of this gospel, it's a tax collector. And Jesus associated with him quite a bit, by the way. So it's not about this whole thing about shunning. It's about you stay in relationship, but you perhaps are wary of them, perhaps, and but you're at the same time you're working to restore them. You're working to bring them into the fold, because the whole idea of what we're supposed to do is to bring non-believers, Gentiles, into the fold. We're supposed to bring those that are sinners into the fold as tax collectors. We don't treat them. We don't isolate them. We don't shun them. We try to reconcile with them. It's all about reconciliation. And verse 21 and 22 very much is that's what he says. How often are you to forgive? You're supposed to give 77 times, which again is not, you're not going to sit there and check off, oh, we got to 76 one more time and you're out of here, buddy. No, you just keep forgiving. That's the bottom line. It's about reconciliation. What you loosed in heaven and what you bind, the binding and loosing there, that's about being united, attached to one another. So what you reconcile here is reconciled in heaven. And we want to be reconciled in heaven. So we want to be reconciled here. All right? That's the goal. About reconciliation. It's not about division. Let's not take this wrong. All right? Please don't take this wrong. All right, with that, I'm going to let you go for today. We will pick up with the parable of the unforgiving servant, which will finish the chapter for us. We'll get done with chapter 18 with that. And it's kind of along the same lines here. And that'll be for Monday, though, because this video is for Friday. All right, with that, I'm going to let you go. Please have a blessed day. And please be a blessing to someone today. We'll see you all later. God bless.